have to be a computer science major for you to be able to join?
Okay, interesting question. So actually, our target audience is not just IT professionals, as we believe that innovation can happen even if you're not from that background. So one of the incubators that we've joined recently only accepts idea-based startups, which was pretty shocking and amazing for us as idea-based startups, meaning they don't have anything yet. So as long as you have a great idea, you can actually come join the event, and it was kind of an eye opener for us that you don't need to be from a tech background, but you just need to be exposed. You just need to explore the different possibilities. But because at the end of the day, it's a collaborative effort. You just need a team. You need to look for the right people. So even if you're not an IT expert, if you have a great idea, you can look for like-minded people and come up with that great idea yourself.
Sorry, just for clarification, is it like a master class?
Okay,
Workshop,
so
or
in terms of Innovision, it's a series that's focused on next-gen technology. So when you say next-gen technologies, these are emerging technologies, things that are quite new and popular in this recent days, including AI, blockchain, metaverse, and the likes.
it's like a organization?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Vicky from Manila. You mentioned that the program, well, you try to make it inclusive.
Yes.
But how do you ensure that the program is inclusive um, and would cater to all learners across the country?
Okay. So with that goal, actually, our plan is to launch this not just in Metro Manila, but to go all around the Philippines. So we plan to mount this event in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and gather people from different nearby universities. And yes, for a start, it's basically decentralizing tech innovation from the metro. And slowly, we plan to build a brand and even go through far-flung places and bringing tech.
Do you have a specific requirement to be part of the program?
Not really. As long as you have the passion and grit for innovation, then we encourage you to join.
I see. And since your inception 5 years ago,
Yeah.
um, how many learners have you trained so far? And can you give us an update about the progress and their contribution?
So when we started Philippine Coding Camp, we actually started it as a way to bridge the gap during the COVID-19 pandemic. So lots of teachers lost their jobs, myself included. I was displaced as we did not have classes during that time. And because we did not have classes, students also stopped learning. So we tried to bridge the gap through after-school programs such as Philippine Coding Camp, such as these technology training courses. And then slowly, our biggest breakthrough was actually in 2022 when we had our first corporate training with Toyota Motors Philippines. And we started beefing up our boot camps and corporate trainings. And to date, we have over 10,000 enrollees.
Wow, it's great to hear. I would like to ask the other gentleman from Manila. I would just wanted to know um, how did your partnership start with your partnership with PCC start, and what made you kind of say yes to collaborating with them?
So thank you for asking this question. So let me introduce myself. You can call me as Tarun. So currently I'm working as a professor in National Yunnan University, Taiwan. So the reason I went to Taiwan, moved to Taiwan, because I got the High Talent Award from Ministry of Education that we call as a Yushan Scholar. So the purpose of the Yushan Scholar is trying to attract the global collaborators from southbound countries. As you are aware, Taiwan have a very good diplomatic relationship with the Philippines. At the same time, a lot of southbound countries, they are expecting a lot of global collaboration. That is a major initiatives. The Ministry of Education in Taiwan has launched the Yushan Scholar program. I am the Yushan Scholar. So as part of my fellowship, I am trying to attract various global collaborators. Gino is one of the global collaborators since 2020. We have been various research discussions. At the same time, like we also plan to have a various joint projects in between Taiwan and as well as Philippines. We had already discussion towards possible collaborative activities in between Taiwan Philippines bilateral projects and the Taiwan Philippines startup companies and the Taiwan Philippines some global research competitions and the Taiwan Philippines global climate oriented research. Since Philippines have a lot of earthquakes, at the same time you are aware of it, Taiwan also facing a lot of earthquakes. So we recently tried to plan some joint research activities in between. How do we use AI as a part of try to make a early warning system in terms of have a landslide activity and earthquake activities. So this is a subsequent bilateral project we plan and we are working on it. Maybe next year we will apply this joint project. Hopefully it will be attract from both funding agencies. We'll have a long-term collaboration with Gino. I appreciate Gino for his effort to making all the way, he invited me as a part of this conference to share my experiences about this conference. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, everyone. So my name is Adi. Actually, I'm from Bali. Maybe you know more Bali compared to Indonesia. So actually, I met Dr. Gino during my study in South Korea. I believe it was 2021 during the pandemic era, like he said before. At that time, I see Gino's what's it called, like fighting spirit during the PhD degree, searching for the papers, searching for something else. And at the end of 2021 or the beginning of 2022, I know that, oh, actually he owns a company at that time. And that company is, at this time, is the Philippine Polytechnic. Before I go to my PhD, I am coming from the university, right? So I'm from one university in Bali. It's called Primakara University. And that university, the same thing is also happened with the Geno's one. So it's almost identical. Everyone in the world, I believe, is just like that. The situation is always like that. So based on that, we able to let's say something like share something in terms of curriculum, because the one that we share and the one that we want to fix is different. So in terms of, he has this kind of case. In my point of view, based on my university, we have different cases. So based on that, we able to make some discussion, and we already have this kind of MOU. And I think it will be expanded later because it's already started from 2022, and it will expanded later in 2025. I believe in this near future. So yeah, basically we would like to collaborate because this kind of thing, we would like to share this kind of curriculum, because the curriculum in Indonesia, based on what the industry needed, is maybe it's relatively the same, but not exactly the same what with the Philippines required. Yeah, that's what's going on.
Final question to you. Well, we have international collaborators. What's the vision for PCC?
So actually, in terms of vision of PCC, I actually met Adi again in South Korea when we were both doing our PhD at Tomo National Institute of Technology. And basically, our vision for Philippine Coding Camp is to replicate what they're doing in more developed nations like South Korea. They have all of the tech, and to be honest, we have the talent here. We have the talent to make the tech. We just need to realize it. We just need to develop it. And it's through this platform, through our collaborative efforts, we believe that we can achieve that one day. Thank you.
Josh Mercado from ABS.
Hi, Jim. My first question, please share with us the current status of tech industry.
So in terms of tech status in the Philippines, I believe we have actually a lot of funding available. We have USEC Video who was here with us earlier talking about the different grants available. And I believe it's just, we need to be exposed. We need to learn about the possibilities out there. The moment that we learn about these technologies and how it can be applied, like for example, blockchain. Usually when we talk about blockchain, we think about cryptocurrency, and it's far more than that. And once we have exposure to things like this, that's the only time that we can create. That's the only time we can innovate. And I believe that's a current state of the
About the impact, your thoughts?
my thoughts on AI, we still have a lot of resistance here in the Philippines. Even in the universities, I can say that a lot of professors may tend to be hesitant about it, but it's there. It's there. We just need to embrace it. We just need to understand, realize its true potential. Thank you.
Can you share specific details on the programs and activities that you will be holding this year, and how will you take these programs to the other parts of the Philippines?
Okay. In terms of programs, so the event today is actually just the launch of a series of hackathons and workshops. So we plan to replicate what we're doing today in the next few months in different countries, and we plan to launch hackathons, ideathons in different places in the Philippines. And the plan for this is to replicate something that I personally experienced in Germany before. After a competition with the Mabuhay Philippines. So in that event, the hackathon setup was actually a reverse hackathon. So in a reverse hackathon, you have companies pitching to the participants, pitching, telling them their problems or different struggles, and the participants actually come up with solutions to these problems during the whole sprint, during the whole activity. So we're planning to partner with different organizations to champion these hackathons. So these hackathons will revolve around their line of business.
How will you take these programs to the other parts of the Philippines?
Okay, in terms of bringing it to other parts of the Philippines, we're actually looking for partners right now to join us in this movement. So top of mind, we're actually reaching out to different partner organizations that has a network of universities all across the Philippines.
Is it coming?
Yeah. How are they going to reach you? Or are you going to reach the students or the learners? Or how about if they're interested in taking on this lessons?
All right. So for that part, we're going to hold series of workshops as well. So to get the students inspired, and once they want to enter into the competition, we're actually co-creating different courses for these students, especially even with partners like Prima Cari University and Union National University of Science and Technology.
And what industries or markets do you think is going to be trending when it comes to these topics?
Actually, when it comes to tech, there is no single industry. As digital transformation is really the way to go for progress. So you'd be surprised even for the students enrolling in the Philippine Coding Camp. We used to think that IT professionals would be enrolling in IT courses, but you'd be surprised as even doctors, medical doctors, nurses enroll to learn things like data science because there's data everywhere. I mean, even in industry like media, you have a lot of numbers coming in, and you would like to analyze these numbers and make sense of it. And so basically, in terms of the specific industry, there's none. We're just looking for partners to help champion these initiatives and support us.
And what do you think is lacking when it comes to supporting the private sector, the government sector, to make the Philippines or all the industries like them?
Yes. Following conversations with the different government agencies that we've talked to lately, I believe it's really information dissemination. Like having a Philippine Space Agency. Only a few people I know, I've talked to, actually know about the Philippine Space Agency. Some people, when I even mentioned Philippine Space Agency, they were thinking it was something related to space in terms of land space, so not outer space. So I guess it's really information dissemination. Even with our conversations earlier with Undersecretary Lea Buendia, there are a lot of programs out there. We just need to grab them. We just need to explore them.
And since can you tell us a little success stories from your part that maybe help the learners who took on your classes?
Nice. I guess in terms of success stories, I can talk about two. So one is Galeriares General Hospital in Bohol. So they're actually a hospital, and they went they flew all the way from Bohol to Manila to learn about 3D printing and robotics. These are, sorry, not medical doctors, but rather physical therapists. They know nothing about tech, but they're very interested in helping their patients as the hospital is currently focused on creating prosthesis. So they came into Manila, learned about robotics, how to create these arms, how to create robotic movement, and to help their patients back home. Thank you.
Sir,
Do you offer anything that relates to the TV industry, the entertainment? Do you have any programs or workshops related to that?
Oh, interestingly, we have a current collaboration with the De La Salle University for their micro-credential initiatives. So we're working with the School of Lifelong Learning in terms of beefing up their game development programs. So whenever we talk about subjects like animation, we used to think that it's just for entertainment, but it goes far beyond that. So there are many applications that have yet to be explored, including metaverse, which we also have a collaboration with the ICT Research Center at the Kumo National Institute of Technology in South Korea.
Sir, one of the biggest industry, which is the entertainment industry, using artificial intelligence. Do you have any collaboration with the industry?
Right now, it's just with De La Salle University, but we also have research collaboration with Primakara University, especially when it comes to identifying deepfakes in the AI industry.
You are focusing right now in the schools and universities.
Yes, that is correct.
And aside from that, sir, you have any collaboration with the other schools? In the other
So far we don't, but we're constantly looking for different collaboration.
Tell more something about the Philippine Coding Camp, when it started and how it started. It is a Philippine-based organization or
Yes, it's Philippine-based. So we started during COVID-19 pandemic when lots of teachers lost their jobs and lots of students stopped learning. So we bridged the gap. I was the first instructor, and then slowly we grew the brand. And right now we even have 50 instructors and 10 full-time staff. So we're servicing different universities right now as compared to before when we only did kids courses. We still do that, but we're slowly expanding our reach to doing corporate trainings, and even micro-credential initiatives at different universities.
As of now, sir, how did this initiative can elevate the innovation here in the Philippines, the technology
Okay.
in the Philippines?
So the main goal is really to get people exposed in the different possibilities, how these technologies exist, and how these technologies can be used for the good, how these can be used to elevate and create more innovations, basically through exposure and even partnerships with different countries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
James from Cinema.